Between draft day viewership, which is up 400% to 40%. Between ticket sales, which is up 93% to 16%. Between regular game viewership, which is up 180% to 20%. What CaitlinClark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially. She did in 5 weeks what would have taken 5 years. And as it pertains to draft viewership, she did in 5 days.
Following a sharp decline in viewership, the WNBA has expressed sorrow for allowing CaitlinClark to be singled out.
Do you want me to just say I told you so, or are you willing to say, Stephen A., you did tell us?
Viewership dropped by more than a startling 50% after CaitlinClark was eliminated from the playoffs, not to mention the final. I have no idea who is still vying for the title.
Believe me, I've coached the best, but they were tremendously disrespected. But human nature is, okay, this kid's coming into the league. And Diana said it best. This kid's in for a rude awakening.
Every so-called expert attempted to disparage Caitlin, but she not only easily won Rookie of the Year, but she also made it impossible to watch any other WNBA game since everyone else became dull when she came on NBA is Collapsing. Caitlin and Lexi Hall are having a great time together.
Can I get this spring fling with vanilla cream instead of coconut cream? Can I have the beach babe too, please?
You're CaitlinClark, right?
Maybe.
While going viral for scoring a $3 deal, our girl was spotted sipping coffee with Lexi Hall.
These are healthy, right? No, but they are only $3. I love a bargain.
It's great to watch the WNBA regretting their choice as Caitlin appears to be content with her rest while the league is collapsing. If they had treated Caitlin properly, viewership would have reached an all-time high at this moment.
So yes, the WNBA was growing before CaitlinClark. Make that abundantly clear. But it was growing incrementally compared to the exponential growth you're seeing now. And this is just data, this is just objective facts. Be mad with data, please do not be mad at me.
Statistics are honest, but regrettably, the WNBA will have to endure the dull playoff final. But Caitlin gets to relax and watch everything go as the WNBA returns to its typical popularity and becomes insignificant once more.
Let's just say the ratings aren't the same with CaitlinClark and the Indiana Fever now eliminated. Game 1 of the Aces Liberty matchup on Sunday drew an average of 929,000 viewers. Was down nearly 50% from last Sunday's Fever Sun contest. By the way, not only was viewership...
Not only did CaitlinClark's withdrawal from the WNBA playoffs mark a sea change for her rookie campaign, but it also marked a monumental upheaval for the league as a whole. The WNBA was hit with harsh reality as soon as she was gone, with immediate repercussions and a crisis.
All of this comes together and you need a star, and she is the star.
The WNBA had been riding high on a wave of newfound excitement, much of which was directly tied to CaitlinClark's incredible rookie season. Her ability to light up the court with high-scoring games and clutch performances drew in a diverse audience that included both die-hard basketball fans and casual viewers who were captivated by her skills and magnetic presence. When she left the WNBA playoffs, however, it was as if a switch had been flipped. Her departure had immediate and far-reaching effects on the league.
Racism has been impacting the WNBA well before this year. This is not a new thing. Sure. This is, in that way, I do think Caitlin's being used as a pawn. Caitlin didn't bring racism to the WNBA. This has been happening, and that, I think, is what's been such a shock for all of us.
The WNBA had been experiencing the CaitlinClark effect for months, as her performances regularly drew larger crowds and sold-out arenas. However, the magic seemed to vanish as soon as she was eliminated from the playoff picture, and the league found it difficult to keep fans' interest. This was a serious situation, not merely a passing fad. The sharp and indisputable decline in viewing indicated a serious issue for a league that had relied heavily on Clark's standout performances for its success.
Will CaitlinClark be a good pro? Absolutely. Will CaitlinClark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now immediately? Absolutely not. Not gonna happen.
Okay. I don't know.
The impact was possibly most noticeable during the Minnesota Lynx versus New York Liberty first game of the WNBA Finals. The WNBA had to face the harsh reality that, despite all the buzz and attention CaitlinClark generated throughout the season, the WNBA allowed her to be targeted in a way that was both unfair and unnecessary. From the very beginning, Clark was the target of aggressive fouling and intense defensive strategies aimed at stopping her at all costs. Normally, the league's finals are a time when fans are fully engaged and excitement is at its highest. However, without CaitlinClark on the court, viewership numbers were nowhere near as high as they had been during her playoff run.
You had people fighting tooth and nail the entire season, not wanting it to be this way because other people weren't getting flowers, or she was getting too much attention, or she gets a special whistle, or I'm gonna check her off the ball here just because.
She became the most fouled player in the league, and yet the WNBA didn't do enough to protect her. This wasn't just about the physical toll the fouling took, it was about the message it sent. The league, which should have been celebrating and elevating one of its brightest stars, was instead allowing her to be treated as a target game after game. Clark was fouled more frequently than any other player, and it became clear that opposing teams were zeroing in on her. What's more frustrating is that the league seemed content to let it happen instead of stepping in to ensure fair play and protect their star. The WNBA allowed this pattern to continue, most notably when Caitlin received a black eye. Through it all, CaitlinClark continued to shine. She didn't let the targeting slow her down. In fact, she thrived under the pressure. By the end of the season, despite the fouls and the disrespect, she had solidified her place as the Rookie of the Year, proving that no amount of targeting could diminish her talent. Even though Clark won, the question still stands as to why the WNBA wasn't doing more to shield her from the persistent taunting and aggression. Clark's ability to rise above the unfair treatment only served to highlight the league's failure to fully support her. The league had a fantastic opportunity to protect and elevate one of its most influential players, but instead they allowed her to be subjected to unnecessary physicality on the court.
Affected you and through the rest of the game? Thanks.
Yeah, obviously got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me. Honestly, I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down. And obviously a tough time for that to happen.
One occurrence that can only be characterized as the CaitlinClark effect during the regular season and playoffs is the dramatic drop in viewership following CaitlinClark's playoff exit. Large crowds regularly watched Clark's games, whether they were broadcast on television or in person. This drop in viewing is related to more than just the numbers. It's also about what CaitlinClark means to the WNBA. Her participation raised media interest, attracted new fans, and gave the league a degree of notoriety it hadn't had in years. The WNBA is realizing the extent to which they depended on CaitlinClark to keep fans interested.
Intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. She has it. She's got the thing. We can't assign.
While CaitlinClark was dominating the court and attracting new attention to the WNBA, Nike seemed to be adopting a different strategy. Despite Clark's undeniable talent and influence, Nike refused to give her the recognition she deserved and instead gave other athletes, most notably Judge Gu Watkins, high priority by offering them lucrative endorsement deals. This decision was confusing considering that Clark had established herself as one of the league's most marketable athletes.
Juju Watkins has agreed to a multi-year contract extension with Nike, reportedly in one of the richest shoe endorsement deals in women's basketball history.
Clark's capacity to attract fans boosts attendance and sellouts. Arenas ought to have made her a strong contender for a significant endorsement deal, but Nike didn't seem ready to fully support her, so she didn't get the same recognition as her peers. This wasn't just a lost chance for Nike. It was also a flagrant disregard for Clark's actual worth to the WNBA and the sport in general.
Own it, and this was in Iowa. They had other ads and things that came out, but since then it has been.
Another layer of the disrespect CaitlinClark endured during the season was added by Nike's choice to prioritize other athletes over giving her the promotion she deserved. Despite her amazing rookie season, which attracted the attention of both fans and the media, she was not given the significant endorsements that her performance merited. The WNBA is finding it difficult to sustain the same level of interest that they had during her time on the court. CaitlinClark's prolonged absence is a huge blow to the league, especially given how much of its momentum was built around her rookie season. Her presence on the court wasn't just about her individual performances, it was also about keeping fans engaged, increasing viewership, and creating excitement around women's basketball. Clark's absence leaves a gaping hole in the league, and the impact is already being felt as the decline in viewership is just the beginning without her thrilling performances. As the league looks to build on the momentum of her rookie season, the WNBA is having trouble keeping fans interested in the games. Fans who tuned in to watch Caitlin will now have to wait until 2025 to see her play again, so the WNBA needs to figure out how to keep them interested in the interim.
That this group accomplished that, a lot of people probably didn't think was possible, one, to start the season, and two, after the start we had to the season. So, yeah, it'll definitely be probably a little weird for me over the course of the first couple weeks, and then I'm sure I'll get bored and pick up a basketball again, so.
In actuality, CaitlinClark's arrival attracted a fresh group of WNBA fans who would not have been interested in the league before. The WNBA faces an uphill battle, and how they handle this time without their star will be crucial to the league's future success. Her absence means the league must work even harder to keep those fans and ensure they stay invested in women's basketball. However, with Clark off the court, this task becomes much more difficult.
Is amazing in and of herself. She's an incredible basketball player. I think I can say that she's great, and I can say that there are 143 women that helped get the league to this place that she could take it over the top, and it's okay. That's not an affront to anybody.
CaitlinClark's influence on the WNBA went well beyond her on-court exploits. She also had a significant impact on the league structure. Her rookie season was so revolutionary that the WNBA CEO decided to alter the finals format from a 5-game series to a 7-game series. This change wasn't merely motivated by logistics. It was also motivated by acknowledging Clark's contribution to the league's increasing interest and enthusiasm was the switch to a S-game. CaitlinClark's presence was largely responsible for the increased interest in the WNBA, as evidenced by the final series. Her ability to attract fans and generate passion about women's basketball was revolutionary, and the league viewed this as a chance to take advantage of the momentum.
If I said to any of these people who think CaitlinClark is not the Rookie of the Year, I'd say, who would you want to start your franchise with? Now, I'm not going to put Asia Wilson in there. I'm just saying between these two. Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who CaitlinClark is when she's on the basketball floor. Plain and simple. There is no one like CaitlinClark in the history of the WNBA.
The NBA's appeal for viewers stems directly from the loss of their best player. They're trying to maintain the momentum that Clark created during the season, but they are up against a formidable obstacle without her. The league is suffering greatly as a result of the sharp decline in viewing and the failure of the finals, which are usually the most thrilling portion of the season, to draw in spectators like Clark's playoff games did. CaitlinClark, meanwhile, can watch all of this unfold because she is aware that she was the pivotal player who took the WNBA to a new level. Since she is no longer with the league, they are finding it difficult to maintain the same level of engagement. Her Rookie of the Year award is more than just an individual accolade. It symbolizes the enormous influence she had on the league as a whole. Even though she is no longer playing, her legacy is set in stone, and the WNBA's appeal to viewers serves as a reminder of how